What's going on, guys? Some of you may recognize me, some of you may not. I know a lot of you think that Taylor is actually the one in charge of this place. It's actually me. My name's Caleb. I'm the owner of Stoke Run Action Sports Park, the company, and I fear this might be the last chapter of what Stoke Run has to offer. To give some backstory, this place used to be called Ohio Dreams, and Ohio Dreams was an action sports summer camp for kids, and over time, the action sports camp went under got foreclosed on, and the property got purchased by a farmer. That farmer and I met originally a few years back now at this point to try to work out a deal and negotiate and see if we can make this thing work. As of just a little bit ago, I got a text message and, saying, not sure if this is going to work out because I have some interested buyers in the property. People that want to do something other than leave a skate park here in a massive building. I don't know how many more sessions will be in play. I don't know how long this will go on. I do fear over the next coming months that Stoke Run, the physical location, may have to come to an end. There are solutions that can be figured out. There's other interested buyers in the property. When we came into this property, we had kind of a handshake lease agreement put together to run and operate and try to make this facility work. But when you have a facility that's on 66 acres, over 20,000 square feet, all of that acreage, there's a lot to take care of. And so in June of this past year, all of this kind of got confuzzled with us trying to figure out how to make summer revenue. Our original plan to make money during the summer was to have camping. Well, the investments that we had and the people that we had to try to help us get the camping side of things up, the glamping with our geodomes and the way to stay overnight and make this an action sports resort ended up freezing. The city inspectors and a lot of the governing bodies to bring electric and sewer and whatnot ended up getting delays and timelines that just couldn't make it feasible. And so all of that got stalled to a halt where we introduced motocross, and we're in the middle of nowhere. We thought we should be in the green for that. However, there's some pissed off neighbors that don't like the sound of dirt bikes, and they all ganged up and signed a petition and put us into a lawsuit. Whether they're right or wrong, if you don't understand anything about lawsuits, it can be an incredibly expensive task to fight that, and they're aware of that. And they didn't just involve, Stoke Run, my business, into the lawsuit. They also involved the property owner. And that really confuses and convolutes things, because if the property owner doesn't want to be involved, then at any moment he can shut this down, he can sell it, he can do whatever he wants. And, you live and learn, and you kind of take chances in life. I'll be honest with you, this has been one of the biggest chances I've ever taken in my life. And I wanted to do this to be something fun and exciting for my kids to do and to grow as a family and to bring other families into a welcoming place where they could ride their scooters, their skateboards, their bikes, their one wheels, their dirt bikes. I mean, if it was something on wheels or something involved kind of in that alternative world of sports, we wanted to create a safe space for it because those spaces don't really exist. And to see something beautiful like this just kind of get torn out just didn't seem right. But some of those things are out of my control. And, sometimes you just take the chance and run with the opportunity that's given to you and try to go as long as you can. Along the way, you learn, you make mistakes, and you just keep on showing back up. At the end of these 3 years here, I look back and, I see some things that we could have improved on when it comes to, physical written agreements and whatnot. Even though I'm saying this is the last chapter, technically there is still hope. And the hope comes down to the fact of if we could figure out a way to purchase the property from the owner, which is very much on the table, then we could get the ownership that we need to then continue to move forward and continue to make this place thrive for years to come. But without having true ownership of the property and those actual papers, then we have a binding control over top of us that the property owner can do what he wants and he can sell it at any time. And, a longer lease agreement really isn't on the tables at the moment. So I'm creating this video, I guess, just to share with you guys. I mean, I would love to see this thing continue on. unfortunately, where I sit in my personal financial life. It's not a burden that I can take on by my own. So if you're an investor and you want to talk about it, let's all get together and let's see what we can make of this awesome property. If you're a rider, those extra dollars always help us keep the doors open for a little bit longer, pay for the lights, pay for the gas, pay what we need to pay to continue to make this move forward. But ultimately, the biggest decision is we need to find a way to buy the property. And I don't really have the answer on how we're going to buy that property at the moment. So regardless of what happens, we're not going to just leave this and go out silently. I've seen too many businesses crumble, or too many businesses hold pride behind them where they're not willing to come and ask for help, or they're not involving their community. And so if you've been a rider of Stoke Run and you've appreciated the things that we've done, we want to make sure we can give you the biggest bang if we do go out. Over the coming months, I would love to offer some free nights in here. If the property does get sold, then we're definitely going to be opening up a lot of free nights to flood these gates and celebrate the whatever the next chapter looks like, whether it's finding another building or whether these ramps are going to get sold to someone else. I don't know what any of that looks like at the moment. It's all kind of unclear, but you've supported Stoke Run for the few years that we got to take the chance and try to make this thing work. Thank you. I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart how happy and how excited it makes me to see a kid or a first timer or even the person that had grown up in here come back in this place and enjoy something that was created for them to have an outlet. You know, me personally, like selfishly, I love to skate when I have the free time, but when you have to take over a project like this, you don't get a lot of time to just skate. So I haven't got to skate it as much as I would love to or ride around it. But realistically, that's not why I came here to skate it for myself. I came here to open it up and give other people the opportunity to ride and experience that same joy. So I don't know if this video will get published. I don't know if something will change tomorrow. I don't know what the next piece is, but at least it's out here now. At least I have it on film that we tried and we fought like hell to make something work. And you guys brought the energy. You guys made something so incredible. We've made a huge impact on thousands of lives over the past few years. And that's been an incredible thing for me to experience and a thing for me to see. Whether we find a solution or not, I just want to thank you all for supporting Stoke Run, supporting me and my family, supporting the staff, supporting Taylor and all of those people that surround me, supporting BJ. You know, BJ came into this project and really helped take it to the next level, but there's just a lot of uphill battles that are working against us to try to keep these doors open. And it's become increasingly challenging. Yeah, besides the impending lawsuit and pending sale, I hope to see you guys on the next open ride day that we have. If you want to find a way to support us, you can always DM us and message us. I don't know how I feel about creating some type of crowd-funded campaign for this. I don't know if that's the answer. I don't feel like it is, but you know, leave it in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this would be a crowd-funded type of project that would make sense to keep these doors open and get the property purchased outright so we can continue to operate the way that we want to operate and not have to worry about an impending sale. I don't know what else I have to say. You're all incredible riders. And even though this building and this property might be at the last of its chapter, it doesn't necessarily mean that Stoke Run's at the end of its chapter. Maybe we'll find another building. We're going to be around another track that we're building currently as we were trying to create new solutions to get revenue in. We have partnered with another track that's about 30 minutes from us that we built. BJ and I came in and helped out, and that's the Mansfield Speedway project, which I'm sure some of you have seen. We'll be involved. We'll be in the scene. We're going to do what we can. I've always been there to support Skate Ohio and BJ and some of those guys for the skate nonprofit. I've done everything that I can personally try to figure out to do to support the local scene and keep something like this alive, keep the business going. But it doesn't matter what I've done. What matters is that you guys showed up and that we all had a great time together. And I know if this place goes away, it's going to be missed by a lot of people. I know this is a place that a lot of riders need to go and feel safe. I don't know how to end this. So from the bottom of my heart, I just thank you guys for supporting it. To all the people that hate us, I hope this gives you some closure if we don't end up staying open. But Stoke Run will live on forever for the people that it did make a experience for. You all are incredible supporters. And even though this chapter might be closing, I'm sure I'm going to see you in the next chapter, even though I don't know what that chapter looks like. So thank you guys.